I'm not saying that you do, and I'm not saying that you don't. If you don't have anything.
No, I don't have any narcotics. I don't.
And I didn't say that you
you're
did.
foaming at the mouth. You're asking me why I'm nervous. I mean, this is ridiculous. Can I please have a witness?
I don't think I have enough right now to go any further with it than I can, so I was looking for a dog. But it'll be all right. If he is dirty, we'll end up getting him one day, I'm sure.
This story began in February of 2023, when a Mississippi police sergeant pulled over a speeding vehicle with dark window tints during a routine patrol. The initial traffic stop proceeded without any unusual incidents, but that wasn't the case for long.
Hello, sir. You got your driver's license insurance on you?
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
Sure, go ahead. Y'all doing all right today?
Yeah. Well, my insurance card's on my phone.
Sure, that's fine. Go ahead. Who's your insurance with?
Progressive.
Progressive? Okay. All right.
Pretty sure my number. Should say April 28, 2023.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, I see that. All right, well, look, the reason I'm stopping here today, Mr. Alexander, is you're going a little fast, window tint's a little too dark, okay? The speed limit's 45, I'm doing 45, and you came by me, all right? You are obviously faster than me, about 10 miles over to be in fact. So, also, your window tint's too dark. Where are you headed to today?
I'm just going, why?
Huh?
Why do you want to know?
Just conversation, just asking where you're going. Huh?
McGee.
Okay, you coming from Madison? Is that where y'all live, up in Madison? Get somebody else to come over here to me, please. What's that now?
I'm making sure, like, I live in Ridgeland.
You live in Ridgeland? Okay. Okay. All right, sure. Well, just sit tight for me, okay?
In this case, a police sergeant said the driver, Ian Alexander, was driving too fast, but he didn't use radar to measure the speed. Instead, he tried to keep a certain distance from Ian's car while driving to estimate the speed. This method isn't very accurate because it's hard to maintain that exact distance. So, it's doubtful if the sergeant's speed estimate was correct. Still, he can give a ticket based on his own judgment, though this can be questioned in court. Things got more complicated when the sergeant noticed Ian seemed nervous. He told the police station he wanted to take Ian out of the car to find out why. This suggested that the sergeant thought Ian might have something illegal with him.
I'm 10-2. This dude's just nervous as can be. I'm gonna pull him out, talk to him. Check a 27 was. (800-207-504). 800-207-504. Come on. Mr. Alexander, will you step back here and talk to me, please?
I guess I can.
Yeah, please, if you don't mind. You're not under arrest or anything. I just want to talk to you.
Okay, I got a concealed carry permit.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Do you have it on you? Do you have the firearm on you?
Yeah, it's in
just
my waistband.
Okay. Just don't do me a favor. Don't reach for it. That's all I ask. Just keep your hands up there, okay?
The police officer asked Mr. Alexander to get out of his car, which is usually allowed when there's suspicion of a crime, like speeding. Then the situation changed when the officer noticed that Mr. Alexander seemed really nervous and was breathing heavily.
All right, so I understand it's a traffic stop. Not everybody gets stopped every day, and this can be a little uncomforting for people. I get that. Okay. My concern is that you are about to suck all the oxygen out of the air right now because you're breathing so heavy. All right, you're so nervous. So why would you be extremely or overly nervous with me for a simple traffic stop?
I mean, because I was talking and I was busy, but I didn't know I was speeding.
Okay.
So I wasn't really sure why I was getting pulled over.
The sergeant then asks Mr. Alexander whether he's ever dealt with the cops before and asks him whether he's ever been arrested in his life. Clearly, the reason behind that was an attempt to find a valid reason which would enable the sergeant to further escalate the situation. Mr. Alexander hasn't had any problems with the police for nearly 20 years though, so the sergeant can't use that against him.
Okay. Have you ever been arrested before or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. You mind if I ask before? You can't get in trouble for telling me. I'm just curious.
Remember? I had DUI 20 years ago.
DUI 20 years ago?
Probably about it.
Okay. All right. When's the last time you were arrested? Do you remember that?
No, it's been probably 20 years.
20 years?
Probably about
Anything
1999.
Anything narcotics related at all?
No.
The police officer talked about drugs, and he made it clear that he wanted to check if Mr. Alexander was involved with drugs. Strangely, the officer asked about Mr. Alexander's contacts, and this made him think that Mr. Alexander might be using drugs.
You wear glasses or contacts?
Contacts.
Okay. All right. Are those colored contacts, or are your eyes always that kind of grayish, glassy,
I
a little
got
bit glassy?
green eyes or whatever.
Green eyes? Okay. Are you under the influence of any narcotics or alcohol today?
No, sir.
Okay. Right. So your pupils are like pinpoint, and that's why I asked. So,
I mean,
have you taken
there's
any
a couple
prescriptions or
things.
anything?
You asked me why I was nervous. First of all, I didn't realize I was speeding. So did you get that on radar or?
I paced you. I was right behind you. Actually, you
Okay.
passed me, as I said
I mean, it's
earlier.
possible because I was talking and
It's
we
not
were
possible.
in a
It's fact.
conversation. Okay.
You know, I mean, I wouldn't have just stopped you for nothing. I mean, I'm doing the speed limit and you passed me, so there's that. I mean,
Okay.
that's in my line of work. That's called a clue. When I'm doing the speed limit and you pass me, that would be a very
I mean,
obvious
I can't
indicator of
argue
you.
with you. I like I said, I might have been, but I don't remember. But,
Okay.
okay.
All
And then
right.
you were saying about my tent, but
Yep.
I'm pretty sure the tent's not illegal.
I guarantee you it is. The state law is 28%, and that's a lot
In the
darker
front
than
or the
28%.
back?
Any window.
Okay. Well, I just didn't know.
Okay. Well, and that's common.
You're asking me why I'm nervous. That's because I was kind of upset. You're asking me where I'm going and where I live, and I don't think that I'm allowed. I don't have to answer that.
You absolutely don't. It's just casual conversation.
First, the officer thought Mr. Alexander might be using drugs, but then he believed there might be something illegal in Mr. Alexander's car. When the officer asked to search the car, Mr. Alexander said no unless he had a search warrant. This was a good choice because it protected Mr. Alexander's rights and stopped the officer from finding more reasons to arrest him, which seemed like what the officer wanted.
Do you have anything illegal in the car today?
No, like
at
I
all?
said, I got a concealed carry permit, but other than that, I don't have nothing illegal.
Okay, so there's nothing. Would you mind if I look?
No, you may not look.
I may not look.
Unless you have a search warrant.
Okay. I don't, but
Okay.
I'm simply asking. I mean, your
I
pupils
mean,
are
I
not.
can open up the trunk, I can open the doors up, but I don't want you to go in and look through my car
Okay.
because I don't feel like I have to.
And you absolutely don't. I'm simply see in my line of work. What I do is I love doing this. Okay, I love working in narcotics, and you're giving off a lot of precursors that could potentially lead up to narcotics. I'm not saying that you do, and I'm not saying that you don't. If you don't have anything,
No, I don't have any narcotics. I don't.
And I didn't say that you
you're
did.
foaming at the mouth. You're asking me why I'm nervous. I mean, this is ridiculous.
How is
Can I
it?
please have a witness? Do you mind coming closer? Okay.
So there's nothing illegal in the
Are you a
car.
supervisor? Are you a supervisor? May I have a supervisor?
You're talking to him.
Okay. There's nothing illegal in my car whatsoever.
Would you like to see my supervisor?
I mean, what's the next step?
I'm just
am I going
simply-
to get a ticket for speeding or what?
That's to be determined. I haven't made up my
Okay.
mind yet. I'm simply asking for. I don't understand why
I
you're
mean,
getting so
more
hostile
than
with
welcome
me.
because the way I'm being treated. I mean,
How are you being treated?
how do I look like I have narcotics?
I didn't
Because
say
I
you
have a
looked like
black
you had
girlfriend?
narcotics. I said you were
that
displaying
why?
indicators.
What are you saying? I have pupils. I'm nervous. I mean, I was upset because you're asking me where I'm going.
That was just casual conversation. So here's the
That's
deal. Look,
not
I'm not
your
going to sit here and
business where
argue. I'm not going to argue with you. Okay, I'm simply asking you a
What would
few
you like
questions.
me to do? Do you want me to open the trunk? Do you want me?
The police officer wasn't allowed to search Mr. Alexander's car unless certain conditions were met, like having a good reason to believe there were drugs in the car. So far, the officer has been trying to find those reasons by suspecting that Mr. Alexander had drugs.
He has one. Just be cognizant of that.
They're saying I have suspicion of narcotics or something.
I didn't.
I mean, you're welcome to look. There's absolutely nothing in here.
Okay.
Absolutely
So,
nothing.
would you mind if I look in the car?
I give you the permission to view what's in my car. But
Okay,
under
here's
no
the
circumstances
thing.
are you allowed to just search my car without a search warrant. I mean,
There's a
this
few
is
different ways that I
ridiculous.
can. Probable cause, okay? Which I'm just asking you for
What's
verbal
the
consent.
probable cause? Can you please explain to him what the
I
probable
didn't,
cause
I didn't
was?
say there was. I just
did-
asked you if I could
you
look.
said I had
Look, you're just
suspicion
getting
of
defensive
narcotics.
with me for asking common questions. All right, I'm just doing my job. I'm doing what's called a patrol investigation. I made a stop for probable cause, which
Can
the
I
probable
please have a
cause was
witness,
speeding.
sir?
He is a witness.
Can you please come closer and listen? Okay, thank you.
He's recording. I'm recording. I know y'all
That
are
is
recording.
great
That's
because
fine. That's well
I'm
within your
sure
right.
there are steps to go to the station and get copies and everything of this because this is ridiculous.
Okay. Is this your wife, girlfriend,
This
friend?
is my fiance, my girlfriend,
Okay. Okay.
for 5 years.
Okay, well, congratulations. Yeah, I'm just
mean-
asking you simple questions. All right, well,
This
just
is
sit tight.
crazy.
I'll tell you
So
what.
I'm going 50 miles an hour.
Since the officer couldn't search the car with Mr. Alexander's permission, he talked to Mr. Alexander's fiancée, who was in the car too. They had a conversation, but it didn't lead to anything important. It seemed like the officer was trying to find a reason to make the traffic stop more serious, even though he didn't really need to talk to Mr. Alexander's fiancée.
Ma'am, would you be willing to step out and speak with me out here, please? Possibly less of aggressive as he is. That would be lovely. Okay. So my name's Sergeant Holyfield with the Richland Police Department. The reason y'all, you remember me? Dollar General? I'm sorry, I don't remember you. Have we ever had a negative interaction before?
I just had to call y'all a couple times over there. I made sure it was
Okay, so when you called, did I show up and help you as best that you thought I probably could? Okay, all right. Do you have any indication of me ever being rude, ugly, too assertive, aggressive?
Not to me.
Okay,
Not
all
to
right.
me.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, so thank you. I appreciate that. Well, look, here's the reason for the stop today, okay? I'm doing the speed limit, 45 miles per hour. He comes past me. All right, that's an indicator that he's traveling over the posted speed limit at which I was traveling. Okay, that is called probable cause for a traffic stop, okay, in which I have done. Furthermore, the window tint on the vehicle is darker than the legal limit. So there is further probable cause for a traffic stop, okay? I'm asking simple questions. Hey, how you doing? How you mom and them? Where you coming from? Where you headed to? All right, I'm not doing this to pry into your life, to have any sort of privatized information of what you're doing. I don't care what y'all are doing, okay? But I have a goal in mind, okay?
The sergeant asked about Mr. Alexander's plans and contacts to find a reason to be suspicious. How far is this officer willing to go?
He is nervous, he's breathing, his pupils are dilated, his eyes are glassy and gray, okay?
Yeah, man.
Okay, and that's fine. So now I'm just asking him a few simple questions because now I have some indicators and I have some precursors, okay? So now I'm looking for something different.
The police officer began asking Mr. Alexander's fiancée about their relationship, his past with the law, and any drug use. The officer claimed to have reasons for these questions and was determined to search the car.
How long have you known him?
We've been together 6 years.
Okay. Has he been arrested in the 6 years that y'all have been together?
No.
No, never in trouble or anything like that? He lives in Madison. Has he lived up there the whole time?
Yeah. Well, not the whole time. He stayed in Florida somewhere.
Okay. Is there, so that you know of, he's never been in trouble since y'all been together?
I know he's never. I
Okay,
know
so
he
you know
never.
that? Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you the same thing. I don't know you. I'm sorry I don't remember you from Dollar General, but I come into
fine.
contact with 80,000 people a day on this highway. Okay, so I do apologize. Has he ever been known to you to use abuse prescription medications, smoke marijuana, any heroines, meths, anything like that? Okay, and so that's all I'm looking for. Just casual conversation. All right. There are indicators leading me up to this question. Okay, I'm not just saying, ooh, hey, guy in the middle of the road, breathing heavy, whatever. But there are indicators that have led me down this path, which is why I asked. So I get it, he's upset. This isn't something that people go through every day, and I hate that he feels like I'm coming at him some type of way. But there's a reason why I'm asking these questions that I'm asking. Is this his vehicle or yours?
This is his, and I can tell you, he probably like that because I'm from Simpson County, but I stay here.
Sure.
And
Here in Richland?
I'm
Okay.
from here.
Sure.
And so, but I'm from Simpson County.
Okay.
And so when we go to Central County, we done got pulled up twice. They asked him why he's with a black woman.
That's irrelevant.
Yeah, so we like, why you pulling us over? What's the reason for you to pull us over?
Different people, and
that might be why he is.
well,
You know.
so I want to remind you of this. All right, the window tint is darker than the legal limit. It's 28. The legal limit is 28%. That's along the lines of 5%. Okay. There's no way possible that from where I was, I knew he was with a black woman. I didn't even know he was a white guy. So that's irrelevant to me. I'm done. Sure, absolutely.
I'm prohibiting them from doing anything. I said you can look in my car.
Listen to me.
But they don't have the right to search my car.
Babe, listen to me. I understand, okay? And I understand how you get, I understand how you get. They don't understand. They're not.
I mean, this guy's reasonable. This guy's a jerk.
They're not used to you. I am, so I know when he get like that, I tell him to go. But by them being police officers, just let them do whatever they want to do.
I mean, I told him you can visually look in my car if you want to look in the car, but you're not going to dig through it and search through it. No.
Well, there's a fine line between what you're telling me I can and can't do. Okay. I just asked you if I could look in your vehicle. Okay, that would encompass me looking in the center console, the cup holders and stuff. Not an invasive search. I'm not trying to go through your car and pull out your bills that you've had stuffed in your glove compartment for the past 4 years. I don't care about that. Okay, it's a non-invasive look into the vehicle. Unless there's something in there that would key me up to something else. Okay, well hold on. Let me talk. Okay, let me talk. Okay, obviously I've known your fiance for a little bit and didn't realize she remembers me, I don't remember her. Okay, and we have established, the words came out of her mouth that in the interactions that we've had over the last several years when she was working here, are you still working there? No, not. We've never had a negative interaction. I do not come at people some type of way that you perceive that I am, okay? You got defensive with me for doing my job, okay? Stop, don't interrupt me again, please. I've been more than restrained and trying to be very nice to you, okay? So here's the thing. I've asked you questions and you've just been defensive with me the whole time, trying to do my job. All right, so I'm going to ask you one more time.
No.
Do you mind if I look in your car or not?
No.
Okay, well then just sit tight. Don't go back in the car for now.
Feeling stuck, the sergeant went back to his car to call other officers and ask for a police dog to sniff the car. He thought Mr. Alexander seemed suspicious, but didn't have enough proof to continue the investigation. In a way, the sergeant admitted that he was making the traffic stop last longer than needed and hoped the dog would help him find something.
Hello.
Hey, puppy.
What's up, bro?
So this guy, he's given off a lot of indicators. I mean, first and foremost, just common, field interview questions. Just common, casual conversation questions. Hey, where you headed? Where you coming from? Stuff like that. So he's throwing off indicators left and right. His pupils are dilated. His face is. And he could just be pale complected. I mean, that's not uncommon, but he's nervous. He's about to suck all the oxygen out of the planet around me. So I asked him to step out and talk to him a little bit, and it just goes downhill from here. So now, I don't have any smells. The only thing I have are behavioral indicators at this point. And his fiance, I actually remember her, well, I don't really, but she says that we have been in contact with each other, Dollar General. So she's all right with me. She's okay with me. She likes me, but he does not. And do you think? So he's refusing search. Cool. Well within his right to do so. At this point, I don't think I have enough to call a dog. But do you see anything that I don't? Just based on the information that I'm telling you. I don't have any smells, indicators. I don't see anything in the vehicle that really keys me wanting to go further. I'm borderline that I don't have enough physical indicators in the vehicle, physical traits like any shake, anything like that. I don't have any odors. I don't have any cover smells. There's no trees hanging from the from the mirror or anything like that. There's no odor concealers, anything like that. All I have right now is behavioral indicators, and I mean this dude's behavioral indicators are through the roof. So it could be a substance that I can't smell.
At this point, it's clear that the sergeant really wants to arrest that man any way he could. He states multiple times that he's quite sure there's nothing illegal in the vehicle, but for some reason still wants to find something despite the fact.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, I know timeline-wise, constitutionality, how long are we going to be able, what's a reasonable amount of time, which I think we don't have a dog available, so I'm going to have to call Pearl. He's not available. He's in McGee. That's been one of my considerations from the get-go, is I knew ours isn't available. So, I mean, at this point, I know I can. I was just gonna see if you saw something that maybe I didn't. Hey, bud. Do you have Brandon Jordan's new number? I don't have it, and I need his dog.
I have a number for him. I'll send it to you. I don't know if it's a new number, but I think it is because I texted him a couple weeks ago. So I'll send you the one that I've got.
Okay, thank you.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Oh, no shit. You ready for the radio?
Oh shit! I was gonna see if you could come bring me your dog if you were available.
Yeah, man. We got to head to go work the radio, man.
I don't blame you. Go make that money, brother. That's cool. Cody's out, and I got a guy refusing, and his behavioral indicators are through the roof, BJ. They are off the chain. I don't have any physical indicators yet, but his behavioral indicators are through the freaking roof, and
trying to think who may be working.
I don't know of anybody. Tanner McHugh just got off a little while ago, so I don't even know anything about his dog. No, I saw it. I got a guy stopped, and he's I don't know. I got a warm and fuzzy on it, brother, but he shut down on me and done got defensive, and I don't have any like physical indicators, but dude, his behavioral indicators are just skyrocketed, and I think there's something here. He's just shutting me down. I don't have enough. I don't think I have enough right now to go any further with it than I can, so I was looking for a dog. But it'll be all right. If he is dirty, we'll end up getting him one day, I'm sure.
The officer suggested that if Mr. Alexander had drugs, they would catch him. This hinted at the officer's intentions, and he had to let Mr. Alexander go as he had no other choice.
All right, Mr. Alexander, issued you 2 citations today, 1 for speeding, 10 over, and 1 for window tint. Give you a court date of March 29th. You have on that date or up to it to pay for citations. If you pay for them prior to that date, you don't have to be in court. If you don't, you need to call ahead and let them know that you're not going to make it. They will gladly rearrange or make a payment plan if you'd rather do that. If you no call, no show, a warrant will be issued for your arrest, and we'll just come pick you up, okay? Thank you.
In the end, Mr. Alexander had to pay a fine for speeding and illegal window tints. Those were both the citations the sergeant gave him.